Welcome back. I am attracted to females.
And I am not.
Let's get into it.
Bust it.
Welcome back to that podcast. I am your host, Daniel Weber. With me is
Keller Blanchett.
our other host, and we have two guests on the show today. We have Jayden and Creighton, two of the boys that go long ways back. We've gotten into a lot of trouble. Guys, how are we doing today?
We're doing great.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome to the podcast.
The very scuffed setup that we have right now.
No, it works.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll
it
see.
should work.
You'll be alright.
Yeah, we'll
It'll be
try.
great. We're doing our
If
best.
not, we'll do it again.
I'm just more worried about post and editing all of this.
It'll be
It's going to suck for me.
It's going to be a crazy episode.
Yeah.
We're excited, though.
Do you guys feel a little camera shy when you first started?
We did, actually.
I didn't.
I wouldn't say...
I didn't feel shy. I just felt like I have no idea what I'm doing. I still don't.
It was
but
very awkward starting out. We just didn't have a system down. We didn't know like where we wanted to go with it, or like, you know what I'm saying? We just didn't have.
we had no direction, but we just had to start it and see what happened.
We literally started with, what if we started a podcast?
Yeah, the whole meme of
It's a great title for it.
yeah.
That
I've
podcast.
wanted to take, bro, what if we start a podcast, or we should start a podcast and have that as like a tagline? Maybe not something that we actually say, but just something on like the channel art, that would,
I like that.
I don't know.
Because a lot of the comments we've had actually were like, they need to make people apply for podcast equipment.
Yeah,
Like-
which is fair.
Like
Which is
one
fair.
of them was literally in quotes, "Bro, we should start a podcast."
Yeah.
It's been fun kind of playing into the memes of it. But
Yeah.
when we first asked you guys to come on the podcast, what were your initial thoughts? Were you like, yeah, that sounds great, like you didn't know what to expect, or what do you?
I still don't know what to expect.
That's fair.
Just kind of here.
It's literally every episode. We have no idea what we're going to expect at all.
I'm glad we're not the only ones.
I'm
in
just
this.
I'm using this as a dating opportunity.
Yeah. Ladies, he's single, by the way.
Or
Get my
men.
man up.
Or men. Yeah.
I was
I'm
like,
single
yeah.
too, but
We did sign him up for Grindr. So.
Did we?
What
What you're saying is you tried to sign him up for Grindr, but his email was already in use.
In short, yes.
In short.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could kick it off with like an icebreaker, like a stupid, simple question.
Whatever.
Go
Shoot
for
me.
it.
All right, Jayden, how do you like your toast done?
My toast.
Yeah. Do you put jam on it? Do you put sugar on it? Do you go bare? Do you put
Not bare.
Nutella?
Not bare. That's like when you're really broke.
Yeah.
When you can't afford butter.
Definitely a little brown. Like perfect.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
just
Golden.
golden. But I'll eat burnt toast.
Mhm.
I'll eat burnt
Okay.
toast. Like my grandma will throw away.
To a
She'll
point.
be like, "Oh, that's burnt." I'm like, "No,
To a point.
I'll eat it."
I will. To a point.
Yeah.
Agree
Yeah.
with that.
There's a certain level where too
Where
dark is
it's
too
like
bad.
a piece of brick
Super
that you're
dark.
biting into.
Yeah.
Super dark's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if
we
it's
don't,
got
we
like
don't
a
like
layer
dark
of black
stuff.
on the top, it's fine.
Anyways. Daniel, did you have something you wanted to kick it off with?
Well, I was actually going to follow up with that question and say, do you like your marshmallows toasted the same way as your toast?
Yes.
Do you like your toast marshmallowed? Sorry, anyway. I'm going to take that out. You said marshmallows toasted, so I was like, invert.
Well, yeah, I got what you did.
You know,
Yeah.
I really appreciate this question. Actually.
Actually?
Yes.
Nobody's ever asked me how I like my toast.
Someone cares, Jayden. It's okay.
Yeah.
I care about you.
I mean, like, the whole thing's on fire, and then you blow it
Mhm.
out,
Mhm.
and you got that black crust.
Mm-hmm.
Stop making eye contact.
Oh my goodness.
But it's great. I don't mind. If I'm gonna put it on the fire, though, it better get melted and toasty.
Yeah,
and crusty.
At the same time, if we're trying to conserve marshmallows, if we're talking about marshmallows, I'm not gonna get mad if it catches on fire.
Well, no, I think most of the time it catches on fire.
But are you gonna try to get it that perfect?
Yeah,
or
like
something? Yeah.
every time you just gotta roll it.
Patience.
So
It's like fishing, but for flavor.
yeah, better.
Yeah.
So we have Creighton here. Creighton, I want you to tell the story of the first time you met Daniel.
Oh God.
Whoa.
You know this story, right?
I don't.
You've definitely.
I didn't know it was
but
this dramatic.
Well, I mean, it's
just
a story
funny.
to tell. Yeah.
What's the
It's
story?
We went to. We were working at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
Me and
all
Keller
three of
were.
us worked.
Here. Keller and I were working at Chick-fil-A, and we were both in the kitchen breading for the longest time, and then he finally got Daniel in there, and Daniel walked over to the breading station while I was like elbow deep in raw chicken, and
First
he goes,
day.
yeah, this is the first day that I meet him, and this is first impression. And Keller walks up, he's like, hey, this is one of my good buddies, Daniel. And, oh yeah, his mom is dead. He's like, we're at Chick-fil-A. Like, you typically don't say those types of things when you're there, and this is how I'm meeting him, like, for the first time. So
The second sentence.
the second sentence, he's like, oh, and his mom is dead. And then I'm pretty sure we went into, like...
At the time, how soon had that happened?
I mean, she's been dead for 15 years now. So
We were...
This is like
2020, so
Yeah.
10 years. She'd been dead for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, there was already humor behind it. But,
Yeah.
like, this is the first time I'm meeting the dude.
And I think
so
I literally was like, normally I wait a couple weeks before
Yeah,
bringing that up.
Yeah.
You know, normally.
But then the
So
joke
did-
just started.
I was like,
from
these
there.
two need to be best friends. I'm going to speed this thing up.
I guess, man. But
Hey, it worked out. It worked out.
I was
That's all I'm saying.
elbow deep in raw chicken,
Yeah.
and he rounds the corner. He's like, "This is my good buddy Daniel, and his mom is dead." I'm like, did anybody else hear that? Like,
Yeah.
so
And it probably took.
I literally can't remove myself from the situation because I have. I'm-
Because you had yellow apron on.
yeah, I got a yellow apron on. I look like a clown.
It would have been
My-
funny if you just started crying.
I should have. That would have been funny. I think it still.
I
took-
will preface and say that not to say we didn't have some rancid conversations in that back room back
Oh,
there
yeah.
at times. Typically, people come into shifts like there's a lot of like upper level people for Chick-fil-A there. So like, I mean, we're in the middle of a shift change, and there's probably at least 3 shift lead type people in the back when he says this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just goes
So-
to show that I just don't give a dang
Yeah.
about anything.
That's very true.
Either that or I'm just retarded. It's probably a mix of both.
I mean, you
honestly.
did get fired from there, so.
Yeah.
How did that happen? What happened there? How'd you
What's
get
that
fired
story?
from Chick-fil-A? Did you summon the devil?
Yeah.
He drew a pentagram with the bread.
No, I did
It
something.
was
Even,
not
I did something even
pentagram.
worse. I drew a penis.
Oh my god.
Speaking of being fired, I just told Jayden this, but Creighton, did you know that I got laid off last week?
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
I don't have a job anymore. So that being said, that's why we're using the horrible camera because I don't have the access to my equipment anymore. And we had lights last episode. First time using like lights to give us better lighting.
Probably the best lighting of any episode.
Yeah, and now I don't have those. So quality is going to dip for a little bit.
Fired you.
The CEO
You want to
because
go jump him? I'm okay with that.
no, literally I have like I have no anger or anything. Like I've been kind of like at peace about it all. I don't know why. It's weird. I'm just kind of like I
Oh,
walked
good.
in,
That's good.
but like I knew I was getting laid off because the day before the president was laid off
Whoa.
and my coworker was laid off. And then the next day the CEO was like, "Yeah, we don't have the money to support your position anymore." So I was like, oh, "Okay."
That's rough.
That was
Yeah.
a cool job.
I know, yeah, I enjoyed it, but
So I got revenge from the Chick-fil-A experience, and he told me, he's like, dude, I got laid off, and I was like, oh, shoot. Can't believe you're 2 for 2 with Josh.
yeah. Well, no, it would be 3 for 3 now.
With Josh?
Oh, with Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought because all 3 of my jobs I haven't quit. I've
Been fired.
been fired or laid off. Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I've quit with my own.
I've never once quit a job. I don't know why. Even
Fun
DJing,
fact.
I've been with them for like 8 years now, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm still employed by them at least. So
I mean, you should quit DJ just so you can say it.
I really want to, but I also want, if I ever get married someday, I would like my wedding to be
Who
free.
says you can't come back? You served 8 years under this man.
I know, but
like, what
I
are
don't-
we talking about?
Dude is into long-term investing.
Yeah.
I kind of always envisioned you DJing your own wedding.
I would definitely DJ part of it. I would be if he was up there DJing it, I would run up and be like, "Yo, let me spin a little bit," you know.
The soon-to-be wife is walking up the aisle and he's playing.
yeah. I'm running from the front, hitting play, running back. No. Anyways, fun times with the Chick-fil-A and getting fired and all that jazz.
Jayden, what was your first job?
Yeah, I guess never known that.
Refereeing soccer.
You got paid for it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, real good pay.
Through the rec.
Like at the Y or?
There's a sport complex in.
In Hayesville?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh wait, frick me.
AYSO.
Oh no, it wasn't that. I was thinking the Oaklawn Activity Center. That's Hayesville.
That's
not
That's
Hayesville.
Oaklawn.
That's
That's
Oaklawn.
Oaklawn. That's Oaklawn.
I'm just actually retarded.
No, yeah, no, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was.
Is that the only thing that's hard? Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. I had
There are pillows back there if you need pillows.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was
I guess so.
15. I think 15 or 16.
Dang,
Wow.
okay. What age group did you?
So,
referee,
like,
and
they started-
Is that why you took the job? Holy shit! Here's a question. Hey, he's 15.
4 and under.
That's crazy.
No, they don't go that low. It starts at 8U. 8U, but we did 12U. 10 and 11U. And even then, the parents are still going to yell at you, even when you're quiet and have a flag and no whistle. It was fun to watch soccer because I played soccer, I guess. But there are a lot of parents yelling. Refs.
Oh, I bet.
Not a career.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
We just moved into an apartment.
Yeah, how's that going?
Yes.
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 It is.
Jayden, it seems like you have something to say. To start, we're on the 4th floor, which is the top floor.
That's the best floor to be
yes.
on. Except when you're moving into it.
Yes, that.
We literally got everything in the elevator.
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
Everything.
Everything got in the
A
elevator.
3-cushion couch we fit in.
We have a longer couch
Jeez.
than that, and
Wow.
it fit in the elevator.
Just upright.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like we.
Yo, catty
Yeah,
corner.
so-
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, we got everything in the elevator, so it was super easy to just walk in and then drop it into the elevator and walk
Yeah.
another couple feet to get into the apartment.
Yeah.
We have 15-foot ceilings. So,
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad, right?
Yeah, I had vaulted ceilings, yeah. They're pretty
Are they vaulted or?
They're like, dude,
What
the
does that
place
mean?
is super cold.
Remember in Keller's how it was like angled,
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, it's all flat.
all flat. So
Yeah,
just 15
literally
foot tall.
everywhere is 15-foot ceilings.
That's sick.
Except for like the hallway, the bathrooms, and the kitchen. And
Do you have like a loft or something in there?
when I'm standing up, they're technically a loft, like because the place is called 1910 Historic Lofts,
Okay.
or Historic 1910 Lofts, because I'm pretty sure the building itself was built in 1910.
Okay.
So,
I mean, that
like-
would make sense.
So like the outer structure of it is all brick,
It's just
and so
Kinda like
like
spaghetti
our
works.
outer walls,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
we are on the corner of the building, is like all brick, and we have 4 windows, which are one in the living room, one in my room, and one in the master bedroom, and each one of them is 8 foot by 8 foot.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Wait, so who got the master bedroom?
Funny story. We're actually gonna switch at 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Just keep it even.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it even. I wanted to move out as a team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's like you're married. That's
I know,
sick.
right?
Yeah.
so,
yeah.
but I
again-
think I found a good roommate to do that. So
Yeah.
I would share a room with Jayden.
I would share a bed with you.
the room,
Well,
the
yeah.
room, both of the
We
rooms
can all
are
fit on a
honestly,
king.
yeah.
Good. Yeah.
But
Or a twin.
I've
accumulated like 9 working neons or LED signs from like the liquor store market.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get radiation poisoning within the first 3 months.
As you should.
But I just ordered like power cords for everything, so we should get everything set up like here soon. And then, but yeah, we have a LED sign that's like 3 foot long, and it's like hoisted up like 10 foot in the air. So it's gonna be
That's sick.
It's sick.
It's going to be the best experience of my life.
Location? You want to talk about location?
Dude, the location. Oh, I'm so bummed because it's right down the street from my job.
That's
I
why
know,
we were
bro.
so
I was
sold. We were like,
looking-
it's right there.
Dude,
I was looking forward
Dude,
to
the
like
lounge
coming.
was literally
I know.
2 blocks away.
I was looking forward to getting off work and just being like, "Oh, it's movie night. I'll just go to the gym and then head to their place afterwards." You know, but
I'm still only a couple blocks from where you guys live at
True.
work.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I have to drive past your work going home sometimes because
Yeah?
the Washington exit's closed.
You see the Z out there?
No, I look for it and I'm like, where
It's
do
in
where
the-
do you park? On the south or north parking lot?
I'm on the south side.
so you had mentioned radiation poisoning. that reminded me of
Not
something.
only did Keller get laid off, but he has cancer.
Well, on the topic of
I swear to God.
radiation poisoning and cancer, literally one of the topics I wanted to talk about with Daniel is what is your favorite method of contracting cancer?
Favorite method?
Yeah, like it could be red 40 dye, whatever. the
Definitely
thing
red
is.
40.
Oh yeah.
Or
definitely
like
Red Bull.
microwaves or
Say microwave hot
iPhone in the
dogs.
pocket, all that,
The amount of
Phone,
stuff that I drink.
everything. Energy
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah, the amount of stuff that I drink that has red 40 in it is insane.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's
Yeah.
got to be between like energy drinks, probably aspartame. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
aspartame as a whole because almost all the energy drinks have aspartame.
Oh, yeah,
Or
if that's-
sucralose.
yeah.
That's like one or the other.
Let's go.
Diet Dr Pepper has aspartame, and Zins have aspartame, except for the smooths, which ironically are the ones I use.
Yep.
So
As he drinks a Diet Dr. Pepper.
that's what you.
yeah. My favorite method of getting cancer is Diet Dr Pepper.
And honestly, if I'm getting cancer from Dr. Pepper, so be it. Like,
You know what's crazy
like
though? Everyone's like, if you keep drinking Diet Dr Pepper, you're gonna get, or like diet drinks in general, you're gonna get cancer from the aspartame. There's a study that came out recently that showed that you have to drink like 34 diet sodas a day for the rest of your life for the aspartame to even affect you.
dude, and we have a
I
buddy,
like to hear that.
Sam Pitts' brother,
Yeah.
Joshua.
Yeah.
He was working for Pepsi up in Manhattan when he was going to school. The amount of like consistent buyers that you see buying like pop is kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
Because you'll see them literally rolling in because they have to get like a mobile shopping cart. And they put 24 packs of Mountain Dew, Pepsi, and they think it's all going to be like a week or two worth of supply. No, they'll be back in 3 days.
That's wild.
Yeah, they'll be back in 3 days.
We like to call those people land whales.
Yes. No. And it's
yeah.
like I know my buddy Joshua was like done drinking pop for the longest time because it just disgusted him how much
That's fair.
pop people actually consumed
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the country. And that's just in Manhattan, Kansas.
Right.
I couldn't even imagine. I will say Pepsi up in Manhattan has Dr. Pepper, so he got to see like the worst side of Pepsi. Because down here in Wichita, Coke has Dr. Pepper. So,
I thought Dr Pepper was independent now.
yes, that's why they can go between companies.
That makes sense.
So,
Oh.
That makes sense. Do you know it just beat Pepsi in sales?
not just, dude, it was like in 2022.
I could have sworn it was like last
2022,
year.
it came out with a
As the number
article.
2?
Yeah, they were the number 2.
Is Coke number one?
Yeah.
Coke's still number 1.
Yeah,
okay.
Coke is hard to beat because at one point
I
it
don't-
literally had Coke in it.
I know.
Coke's not bad.
So
I'm not surprised Pepsi got beat though. I don't like Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi is undrinkable.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible.
The
I wouldn't
only
know 'cause I never drank it.
the only Pepsi that I feel like is actually worth drinking
Cherry.
were the nitros.
Cherry.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
nitros were bad
crazy.
too.
I love them.
I hate coffee.
Yes.
So
It wasn't coffee.
Yeah, no, they were just like like super. What were they?
What?
Super carbonated.
They were nitrogen infused.
Yeah.
Pepsis. They have them in the cans at like Quick Trip. They have like the
Oh,
vanilla.
I guess I did
Which
try
the
that.
vanilla
Where
ones.
they have them right now?
Yeah. The vanilla ones are the better ones. Like the original.
They just give
tastes
them
like
like
flat
a
Pepsi.
creamier carbonation, right?
It's like if Guinness decided to make Pepsi,
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
that makes sense.
Okay.
except Guinness is actually good.
Speaking of Guinness, did you guys talk about that already?
We touched briefly on the Europe trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple episodes ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add?
Anything you want to know?
Did you talk about the Scotch? That's kind of cool.
Absolutely. We talked about the Scotch,
Yeah.
the 5 different regions.
You know, if you listen to the episode.
I know, yeah, you actually did your darn research.
No, I'm kidding.
So, this is my 13th.
I thought that was your color blindness.
Yeah.
That was his 12th.
It's on the list.
It's
somewhere.
just
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it's just about 2 through 13. I'm pretty sure.
With the
I
amount
was
of excuses
actually-
I make with it, yeah.
We were watching, because we went and saw The Naked Gun last week. All
Yeah.
4 of us did.
The movie connoisseurs.
The new one.
Or no,
the cinema connoisseurs. Yeah. And we were sitting there watching it, and there was like some pretty vibrant scenes. And you were sitting next to me, and I was almost like, what does this look like to you? Because I was so curious. And then I thought...
What scenes were you talking about specifically? Can you remember one?
There was the scene where he first gets introduced to like the main villain, and the guy's like smoking a cigar. Remember that? And there's like a lot of vibrant blue around because there's all the tech stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just dull.
Just dull.
It's just dull.
But then I was like, imagine this guy trying to enjoy like a Pink Floyd or Rolling Stones concert.
Oh, dude, it sucks. I will.
What about Excision?
Well, I mean,
And the festivals.
Olympics.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much censoring you're gonna want to do on this, but
Oh, you
I'm-
just go straight
Yeah,
into
go
it.
straight into it.
okay. So
Keller has a
at
story he's gonna tell.
Here you go.
The festival. Get into
This
it.
is crazy. I'm colorblind, so I'm red-green colorblind. The best way to describe it is on the RGB scale. You take the red down to 25% and the GB down to 50 to 75. Everything's just dull.
Yeah.
So the sky is blue, but it's not. And simple.
It's great.
The grass is always brown. It's never like it's never
That sucks.
it's never like unless you have like turf like grass, it's not going to be green to me. So a lot of the fields in
Like, are you
Kansas
excited for autumn? It's not autumn.
it's not. When is autumn coming? But yeah. So I go to a festival and we go to an EDM festival. So they got a bunch of raves, the lighting and all the cool effects that they have on screen and stuff.
Such a sick
Anyways,
festival.
I took a tab of acid. Went in the bathroom, popped it, came back out.
I
3 years.
babysat him.
Yeah. 3 hours later, I was like peeking on it, and
3 hours to peak is insane.
well, I mean, it was one of the peaks.
Okay.
It was one of the peaks because acid is like very high and then very low and then very high because you're like there for a little bit. I was just like, ugh, this sucks. But it was like I peaked a while ago and then I came down and then I peaked again. And then as I was peaking on that second one, I remember we were seeing Alice in Wonderland and.
Were we up close for that?
Yeah, we were like
Yeah.
3 rows out.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3 people from the front row, and Alice in Wonderland and her 5'2" self is standing up on top of the stage, just like mommying all of us. Like she low key was like one of my favorite personalities to have up on stage.
Yeah, after
And-
that whole thing, all the boys were like, I love Alice. in
Dude,
Wonderland."
like she was like our neck. Like it was like
I haven't
your
seen it.
Lays.
I don't think I've seen it.
No, you haven't. No, you
I
haven't.
think I need to.
You guys haven't seen Lays, but Lays was like a 5'2" Latina that was up on stage, and we were like 15 rows out.
Was that the one at the Cotillion?
Lays, hit my man up. No, I think she's got a boyfriend, but
No.
Hey, just because
no, that was not the one at the Cotillion.
Score.
That was not the one at the Cotillion. We went to
okay.
Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
A while back, but yeah, Alice in Wonderland, up on stage, standing up there, headbanging. And she brought in like the pinks and the reds and the blues and the purples all in one like screen. And I could like on acid, I was able to pick out what was purple and what was blue and what was red. And it was like it was mind blowing to me. It was like I put on like my colorblind glasses. Like it was ridiculous.
That is cool.
It was ridiculous. And I'll never forget it either. So
Right.
like,
I remember
it was borderline tear worthy
No, well,
with how I was like standing there, just like holy shit.
I
like-
remember you were standing there. We're farther away at one point, and it was a bit darker. I forgot who was playing at the time, but I remember you were
Dude, it was
standing
Alice in
there.
Wonderland. She was the one that was like the closing, or
No,
like
but
the.
this is like later on after.
Oh,
Alice in
yeah,
Wonderland.
that's
You're
right.
standing there, and you and Kyson were like standing by each other, and I remember like you took your glasses off and you like did this, and you had like watery eyes, and you go, the grass is green. We're like, no way.
It was
like,
crazy,
it's
dude.
green,
Like,
bro.
I don't know how you can. There's got to be some studies out there.
Yeah.
But,
It's like
But
when
yeah.
a Make-A-Wish kid finds out he no longer has cancer.
dude, it was crazy. but yeah, that was like the first time unassisted that I was able. I mean, it was assisted, but
Yeah.
Right.
without
you-
any like corrective lenses or anything.
Yeah.
So
Would you ever do that again?
not unless I'm at a rave.
That's fair.
Because
That's
addictive personality says
fair. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wise. That's wise.
So, you've done acid,
Mhm.
amongst other things.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing you've ever taken?
Depends on what you think is harder, is acid or mushrooms. For me, at least.
I would consider acid harder than
LSD.
mushrooms.
You took LSD.
No, LSD is way harder. I
And
think.
you took that.
No,
Okay, then why are we talking about LSD?
He just wanted to give a fact.
shrooms.
Shrooms was the hardest.
Shrooms or
Why are we
acid?
talking about LSD?
Would you say acid or
What do
shrooms
you
is
mean?
harder?
You brought up LSD. Out of
LSD is acid.
nowhere. Okay, I get it now.
Would you
Get what you're
say,
saying.
from someone who's done it both of them, would you say LSD is harsher or shrooms are harsher?
Well, I've only taken one tab of acid
Yeah.
for LSD.
Yeah.
But it depends on the amount of mushrooms versus that one tab of acid.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because I've seen some trip outs. It's not just you two.
Yeah, well, but mine is the most memorable.
And- Well,
Which we
dude,
I've heard
we
some
are
stories.
we
Dude,
are
dude.
leading into this story, by the way.
Yeah.
But keep
are
going.
we actually going to?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to hear it from Creighton's account, and then do we want to hear yours, or do we
Yeah.
want to go?
You want to
Craig,
hear
you
it
go
from?
first.
You want to hear it from my account?
Bro wasn't even up
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna
wasn't
say, you
there.
weren't even there. he's like, yeah, Keller mentally like communicated with me. Like, he's on another wavelength now. Let's hear from let's talk about the incident where I tripped on shrooms in Manhattan. I don't do this anymore because of this.
I will say
Sorry.
that like I have heard two stories that I can remember like right off the top of my head that are worse than yours.
Yeah, you guys told me some stories, and I was like, okay, those are worse, but you weren't there for those.
No,
Two?
no.
Yeah.
Two stories that I was told.
Mine ended. It was the best case scenario of a worst case situation.
Okay.
That's like what you put
That's
it as.
I mean, in conclusion, yes.
Yeah, like it was a horrible night, but it ended with no repercussions.
You lucky.
Yes, very lucky.
Excuse my language, but
All right, you explain from your perspective, and then I'll go into my perspective afterwards.
I'd like to hear yours.
anyways, Keller and Kyson come up. We go out to eat that night, and then we come back, and we had planned to take mushrooms, and so I got a guy.
What time was this?
Like 9 o'clock.
By the time we went, by the time we got,
at?
by the time we got back to from the house from the restaurant, because we went to that drive-in thing. What's it called?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I've been there once.
Anyways, we go get burgers, come back, and then we're like chilling for a little bit, and it's like 9:30 by the time we get over to our buddy's house where we're gonna take him. After seeing the night, it's kind of surprising to me how much he took in relation to some other people took, because he took less than some of the other people that didn't trip out.
I did.
And
I took what, like
so
2
I think the people that took like right around 2 grams, which
you had the golden mushroom.
yeah,
That's what happened.
I think I took.
I
like
think
a
it was
gram and a
penis
half.
envy too. So
Penis envy?
yeah.
It happens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
I was
it just really depends on how many caps you took or how many stems you took or
I was the
how
only
you
one
were
who ate it
affect
raw,
to
though.
it. So, huh?
I was the only one who ate mushrooms raw.
Yeah,
Everybody else
that was
mixed in
right.
their
That was
food.
right.
I just
Everybody
ate
kind of
them raw.
had like their own little way of like
Like mashed
intaking it.
potatoes,
So like
pizza.
the one of the girls that was there, she sprinkled it into yogurt, and
Wild.
then we made mashed potatoes.
I've never taken mushrooms.
Oh.
Well,
How would you take your mushrooms?
Sniff them.
I'd snort them. Yeah.
Wait, that's not a bad idea.
this guy.
I've heard of people putting them in omelets,
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, honestly.
Or
like a
pizza.
cheese omelet.
We did mashed potatoes because it was like
That would
like
taste-
truffle. It's like truffle mashed potatoes, but
yeah,
it's,
and then we threw in some bacon, so you couldn't tell if it was bacon or mushroom. So, but
just pop
no, this guy's fucking weird. He likes to just
mushrooms.
Just
Bro
coated
likes
with
to-
malic acid.
Bro likes to
It's
use
like
it
Sour
without
Patch Kids.
protection.
You just need to get straight malic acid and eat them like Sour Patch Kids. Malic acid's like the coating.
Oh, okay.
All right, continue. So we all take
one of the
mushrooms.
guys
Sour Patch shrooms.
made it into a tea.
Oh yeah, that's
Sour
right.
Patch
We-
shrooms.
You and I did that one time, I think.
I
a
think
long time ago.
I think we tried, but I don't know if I ever drank the tea.
Oh, I remember drinking it, and I got like it was probably my lowest mushroom trip ever.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Anyway, somebody drank a tea, and I think they ended up tripping out too.
Yeah,
But honestly, we might have had like 8 or 9 there.
it was a decent amount.
It was a good amount of people. So we took the shrooms and then chilled around for a while. We turned on Rick and Morty, and then
Wild.
yeah, I mean, such a good show to just sit down and just watch. But then we went outside and smoked out of the bong. And I remember after everybody got done smoking out of the bong, I remember when I was smoking out of the bong, we were looking at the trees, and they were like, it was kind of getting ready for winter, but it wasn't cold enough for winter yet.
No, this is in February.
Okay, well, either way, the leaves were gone,
Yeah.
and it was about to warm up or cool down, and
Yeah.
it was like in the in-between stage.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes sense for February.
Yeah.
We were able to go outside and just smoke and then come back in, but I remember for like 30 minutes at least, everybody was struggling after that bowl. The trees outside when we were smoking like were moving like at me. So, come back inside, and for 30 minutes, everybody's just kind of like struggling and watching Rick and Morty and trying to pull themselves out of it. And I pulled myself out of it, and I look over, and Keller's kind of like all over the place. Keller's struggling hardcore. And so I'm kind of watching him, trying to make sure that he, like, if there's anything I can do for
What's
him.
he doing?
Like, walking back and forth between the kitchen and not, and, like, sitting there and,
Saying
like...
anything? What's he looking at?
I was looking for milk
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Wild.
He was looking for milk.
Why?
because
He
they
needs
say
some
that-
milk.
They say you know the meme. Yeah, he needs some milk.
To help?
There's a legend out there that if you drink milk, it stops the.
Well, evidently, he knew that legend and thought it was real, so
Yeah.
he was looking for it.
Yeah, and
They didn't have any milk in the
I'm gonna do that if I ever feel bad. Minecraft?
yeah, yeah,
You literally do that in Minecraft.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it.
yeah.
I didn't
mean-
know.
The Minecraft devs were on shrooms when they made Minecraft.
So he's searching for milk. He's searching for milk and like walking back and forth between the kitchen and not, and then just like sitting there and not being able to sit still at all. And I was sitting there looking at the lights, and they were changing colors and shit. So does not put any reference of how I was feeling.
Mushrooms sound awesome.
I have way too much anxiety.
Anyways,
to
we
try.
went through a like on-screen trip for Rick and Morty, and that was when he started tripping out like hardcore, because it was like when Jerry and Rick and this like villain type person
The
got sucked
giant
into
bear.
a black hole, and so they went through like a literal on-screen trip. It was some fucked up shit, and I don't know what he saw there, but he saw some shit, and we had to turn off Rick and
We're gonna get your
Yeah.
perspective of
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
I don't know what he saw there, but we went through it, and it was like not even 5 minutes later, we had to turn off Rick and Morty because we needed to hang out in fellowship. So we're all f***ing chilling while Keller's pacing the room like a preacher and like telling us he needs milk and how he's not f***ing gay and but like then on the flip side, he would just like at the snap of a finger just like be like, "Oh, I don't want milk. Like get the milk away from me." And I'm gayer than like a curved edge. Like,
I never said I was
no,
gay.
dude, like, it was bad. Like, you were going back and forth, like, so hard. And then it was even worse in the car on the way home.
Yeah.
But anyways, I call Sam, my sober roommate who's at home just chilling. Actually, I called Cooper first, and he was like, I ain't dealing with that. Call Sam. So, call Sam, and I was like, dude, I just called Cooper. I need your help. And he comes over 20, 30 minutes later, picks us up, and by that point, we're completely done watching Rick and Morty, and we're, like, all hanging out in the kitchen. We had to, like, corral him into the car, I remember.
Yeah.
And on the way home, he is going back and forth between if he needs milk or not. And then I remember I didn't bring my vape over there. And I was like, Sam, do you have my vape? Just like something
God
shouldn't happen. Like he was like, no, what are you talking about? We get home. We walk in. I go into my room that's like on the other side of the house, and then come back. And like in the time that I was able to walk there and come back, Sam got Keller in, and Keller started like yelling and like pushing Sam. And so like I would come back into the living room and see Keller freaking out, and he pushed Sam out of the way and got to me.
Where are you at this
We're in the
point?
living room, like just upstairs living room. The front door is right there.
Whose house?
My room, my house. So we're like right in the front living room.
Okay.
We turned on the light, and the light like kind of reacted to me a little hot. Like I was not ready for that light. So when he walked into that, I'm sure that set off another thing. But I don't know what started it. But either way, I walked into my room and back, and he was already freaking out, yelling. Cooper was downstairs. He was like, dude, you guys just came in and started making noise. And then, so he pushed Sam out of the way, got to me, and I'm like standing between him and the front door, basically.
Yeah, because the door is wide open.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I thought you ripped it open.
Oh, I don't remember. I felt like I saw an opportunity to escape. But
I thought we
I'll get
closed the
into
door, but either way, like, you pushed me out of the way and just bolted out.
Mm-hmm.
We're right next to campus. So immediately, we were like, all right, it is the middle of February. It's too freaking cold for this. If we leave him out there, he's going to die. And so we get in the thing, and, like, as we're getting into the car, we're like, we're right next to campus. There's no way he doesn't get picked up before he freezes to death. So I'm calling him, trying to get a hold of him. We meet up with him, like, right around the block.
Yeah.
Yeah, we meet up with him, like, right around the block, like, at the crosswalk that's, like, right there. And he comes up to us, says some random gibberish to us, and then runs away. Come around here. There's a school building over here. He runs to the intersection, and at the other intersection, there's, like, dorm rooms and stuff. So there's, like, constantly people outside and moving around and stuff. And on his way over to the dorm room area, a cop passes him. And we thought he was going to get picked up right then and there. And we, like, as the cop, like, pulled around and, like, he didn't, like, do a U-turn or anything. But, like, he gestured at him. And, like, I thought he was going to get picked up right then and there. And we were like, guess we're going to have to pick him up from the drunk tank, you know? But we pulled in a gas station. He didn't get picked up. He got on all fours right in front of the dorms and, like, kissed the ground a couple times. And then made his way into the We-Fall doors.
Uh-huh.
Like, the front doors
Right.
are open, and then you have to, like, someone has to let you in after a certain time. And so he got through the front doors, was in this, like, little airlock thing, and people were like, what room are you in? Like, what level are you on? You said after the fact that it was Master Chief 117, so I don't really know where that comes from, but you can tell about it later.
Yeah.
But when he is, like, getting talked to by people, we're in the engineering parking lot across the street from him, so we're seeing everything, and he's just running, finally gets out of the airlock and runs rampant. I call him, I'm like, dude, come get in the car. He hangs up on me, runs to the engineering building. Thank God the engineering building was locked, otherwise he would have gotten in. And he yanked on the freaking door, it was locked, and I called him right after that. I was like, dude, get your f***ing ass in the car. Sorry for the language, but that's exactly what I said, because he snapped to right then and there and
I
came
sobered
over.
up right there.
Yeah,
For like a split second, I was sober.
Yeah, like for a split second, I snapped him into reality by yelling at him, and I saw it, like, because we were in vision of him, and he started running over to the car, got in the car, everything was fine. I was like, we're starting to breathe slower, and then so like for instance, you are me, I'm Keller, and then you two are sitting in the front seat, and it's Sam and Kyson. 3 of us are tripping. He's tripping out where I'm sitting, and he's slowly like getting his breath. I'm sitting here, like, dude, you okay? And not as soon as I put my hand on him to comfort him, he turns around and clocks me in the freaking nose as hard as he could. The guy sitting in the passenger seat said it sounded like somebody was chopping wood. So
Whoa.
yeah, he clocked me. Like, it was no like light punch. It was, he clocked me. I got rocked, immediately grabbing napkins because I thought it was bleeding. It was more snot than blood. He gets out of the car after that and then like hovers around the car. Sam and Kyson are sitting in the front, and they're like, dude, get back out in the car. Like, you're going to get in so much trouble if you keep going on this rampant. And he snaps to again, gets in the car. Sam didn't drive away immediately because he didn't want to get clocked in the back of the head when he was driving. Finally, like after 5-10 minutes, we're sitting there and we calm down enough and just drive home. That was really like the
Do you ever
event.
go to bed?
I remember sitting there with him, basically holding him so he will calm down for like an hour and a half. And then finally I was like, dude, you think you can sit on your own? He's like, yeah. Eyes are in the back of the head the entire time. And so I sit next to him on the ground, on the couch. I was just waiting for him to lose his shit again.
Yeah.
Because I was going to clock him. I was ready to go. After
You
that.
were ready to
I was
fight.
ready to go. If he was going to get out again, he was going to get knocked the out. But he didn't ruin my trip completely because I went back out and smoked and my visuals started going again. So, but yeah, it was a very eventful night. Thank God none of the cops that passed by him, because I think there was like a total of like 2 that passed him, didn't pick him up, and we got him in the car. Can't say no one was hurt, but got him in the car. No like $20,000 to get him out of jail or anything because he was on mushrooms, you know. So.
Are you still mad at me about punching you?
Oh no,
No?
it's a hilarious story to tell.
Yeah, okay.
It's a hilarious story.
Because I still feel horrible.
Is
About
the
No.
camera rolling?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No, he clocked
It's
me
only
though.
been 20 minutes.
The timer's about to go off, so that it's
Sorry.
perfect timing.
No, that's fine.
It's a good story. So
Yeah. All right, I'll explain my perspective now. I hate this story so much.
You
Yeah.
hate the story? No,
Yeah.
dude, we gotta be able to look back and laugh at it.
No, I do that. That's what I do. It's just it does bring. It's not like PTSD, but like I'm shaking right now because
Whoa, that's a lot
of the
anxiety.
how much it's affected my life since then. And I'll get into that.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
100%. Yeah.
So you don't have to be.
All right.
That's why I stopped for a second
can
and
not
was like,
tell
"Hey,
us
we don't
everything
have to."
either.
Do
No,
this.
I have to tell my side. That way, it's funny
You
seeing.
don't have to do this on a mic.
I would rather tell my side and make sure that it's in this. You know.
It's never changed how I look at you.
No, I'm not worried about
By the
that.
way.
I'm not worried about that. I'm pretty confident with you guys. Like, I'm not worried about that.
I mean, you punched the guy in the face, and he's here on the podcast. So I'd
Yeah.
say you're pretty confident with it.
I mean, what are we even talking about?
All right.
Don't bite
Uh,
them nails. You're fine.
I'm I'm cleaning out the inside of my teeth. All right, so do you want that on the pod? You vaping?
I can care less.
You could. Okay, I'm just making sure you're cool with that.
I mean, uh-oh. Whoopsie.
Oh, this didn't have to be a big deal. Now it's staying in.
Yeah. Okay. So, I to start off, I'll probably speed through it a bit because you've given a lot of the details. I'll just explain from my perspective. But we arrived in Manhattan. You and I go get food with me and Kyson. We all go get food, and then we go to the Virgin's house. And I
Dude, it's hilarious because that's what they're referred to.
yeah.
And they accepted it too.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I'm
thought
pretty
they
sure
did, I
we.
thought
and-
they didn't know.
I'll be straight up, I was
they
probably-
didn't for the longest time. That's
Is
why
that
it
not
was so
actually their
funny.
last name? Dude, I've just been sitting here this entire time thinking it was their last name.
No, it's a
No,
group
bro, it's
of-
like a group of friends that like live in this house together.
And they're
That's
all-
insane.
they're all
Yeah,
just nerds.
yeah, and they're
Yeah.
all nerds.
I was
And,
probably the
like,
only one
when
there
we
that was
first
a
met
virgin,
them-
though.
when we first met that entire crew, though, they were all virgins.
Oh, really?
Yes.
them.
So we just kind of gave him for it. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like anything bad. It was just
Well, yeah. Anyways, so I remember we showed up to the Virgin's house, and I remember for some reason, so I already have a lack of confidence when it comes to meeting new people. I mean, I think that's a pretty regular thing for a lot of people, but I don't do well with new groups of people that I don't know. And so I remember...
First time meeting them?
Yeah, it was my first time meeting them.
Okay.
And for some reason, this one night, I had a lot more confidence than I ever usually do with a bunch of other people. And I felt like I fit in decently well. And I was like, oh, yeah, like,
Some
they're
cool
chill.
dudes.
I like them. Like,
them too.
we're able to get along pretty fine.
that's why we hung out with him.
Yeah. And so I remember, like, just thinking that, like, oh, yeah, this is awesome. This is great. And then we all took the shrooms, and I ate mine raw. Everybody else didn't. And apparently, if you eat your shrooms raw, the studies, from what I've heard, apparently you can have a bigger trip if you just eat them raw than if you mix it in with something. I don't know why.
Still
or how
waiting for that.
So I ate mine raw. And
I'm gonna say, because I didn't say this last time, I took 3 grams. You took 2 grams that night.
I think so.
remember that.
That's a lot, though. Was that the first time?
No, this is my third
we-
or fourth time.
We have taken.
Had you taken more before?
No, that was the most I'd
That was
ever
the most-
taken.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But I remember we're all vibing. We're waiting for it to kick in, and we turn on some TV. And I remember sitting down, and I remember looking at the ceiling, and I saw the ceiling start like breathing.
Yeah,
And I
'cause
was
they
like,
had a little bit of
the
texture to
squares
it.
and texture,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, nice. And then somebody's like, oh, we should go outside and smoke. And I'm like, yeah. Because the first time I ever did shrooms, which was the best night of my entire life, I smoked during that as well.
Ooh,
and it was
I wanna
great.
Hear about that sometime.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it sometime. Yeah. First time I did shrooms, best night of my entire life.
lady.
Last time I did shrooms, worst night of my entire life. I'll throw that in there. So we go out, we smoke, and I remember I was still good, and I remember somebody just, as we're all standing there, just went and threw up while we're smoking.
Who?
I don't remember who it was.
That might have been me.
It was
Honestly.
you. Yes, it was.
That might have been
you.
me.
Literally just leaned
That
over, standing up, and went.
And just like casually walk back into the conversation.
yeah. We're all like, bro, you good?
So
and you're like,
his-
yeah.
Let's keep in mind his whole perspective. He was f***ed up.
Yeah, no, but so
You
was I.
fucked
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I had to sober up to like deal with this.
yeah. So I remember we go back inside, and I remember we're watching Rick and Morty, and something starts feeling very off to me. I felt like we were in, like everybody in the room was in danger. Like it's weird to explain. It's like a looming threat you knew was coming, like war. You knew it was on the rise, or the end of the world was like around the corner. And it felt like everybody in there was going to die that night, and that is what I felt in my head, or something bad was going to happen. And I'm like, oh, I don't like this. And I remember I got up and by myself, and I went outside. I remember I was standing outside on this little concrete pad by myself. And I remember the moon was right above me, and it felt like just a beam of light was like, oh, you know. What was that? I remember this beam of light on me from the moon, and it just felt like, you know, like a holy moment, if that makes sense. You know, like,
Like when you find a blue chest. in
Pigeons
Fortnite.
were flying around.
yeah.
Is that how you really felt?
That's how it felt. Yeah. In that moment,
that
I was
was a
like,
holy
oh,
moment.
wow, this is surreal. And
Okay.
I prayed that in that moment. I was like, God, I don't know why I feel this way, but I feel like something bad is about to happen. And I pray that you keep everyone here safe tonight. And I pray that whatever happens tonight will be fine. And then went inside. And
Good prayer.
yeah, and I sat down on the couch, and then we're watching more Rick and Morty. I remember one moment before that. I remember we were all standing around the kitchen table, and Sam said something about how, like, whoa, these are like, no, not Sam. It wasn't Sam. It was somebody in the room was like, whoa, these are actually like really hitting. And I felt like we all started like leaning in the same direction. It was weird. And I remember my hearing.
Did you like it?
This is whenever it started getting creepy for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember I felt like my ears started going, like I could hear like tinnitus almost. And then I looked at the walls, and I saw like the atoms in the walls pulsing. Like I felt like I saw the infrastructure that the world was built out of, if that makes sense.
You were like Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like, to your best memory, like physically,
I could see
What?
like a patterns in the wall that coordinated with the design of the house, and it felt like I could see the underlying substructure of reality, if that makes sense. Like very slightly. It was like an overlay, but behind the wall almost.
that's
You
what
know?
mushrooms do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we were watching Rick and Morty, and then the trip scene happens. And I remember when the trip scene happened, I saw like in the trip, in the visuals, there's like these weird creatures with like one eyes and horns and stuff like that just briefly popped on the screen. And I'm like, that's not good. And I could feel this. It felt like their hand. I didn't see these. I could best describe it. This is what I could feel, and I could see this in my mind's eye.
Okay.
It felt like that there are hands coming out of the TV, beckoning to, like, enjoy what was on
You
TV.
or everyone?
Specifically, like, to everyone, but I was the only one who was able to see it
Okay.
in my mind's eye. And immediately, I started thinking about how, like, our entire generation is hooked on TVs, and we're always sitting down, and we're always, like, on our phones and always doing something that wastes time. And I began thinking, like, this is... I also, from that, was able to see, like, it sounds so weird, but the extent of, like, sin, if that makes sense. This is going to get really, like, religious sounding.
Okay,
all right?
say that again.
I felt like I could see sin.
Okay.
Like, and I'm not saying, like, the TV was sin, but I could see the different ways that, like, Satan would bring people in and hook people to TV or drugs, or keep them complacent or to their own, and not need God anymore, if that makes sense.
I like that.
And so I suddenly, and then I start thinking about everyone in the room, and it pops in my head, the fact that everybody in the room will either one day end up in heaven or hell. And that terrifies me, because I don't want anyone in that room to go to hell. And it's weird. It's hard to explain, but I had, like, I remember feeling, I had this ultimate fear, this impending doom of, like, I got to save everybody, or I got to do something about this, or I don't want to see these kids that I've just met, end up in that situation. And this amount of, like, this overwhelming love came out of me. Like, I felt it inside of me. Like, I loved everybody in that room, and I didn't know any of them. And it wasn't like a sexual kind of love. It was like like a friend, but like an overwhelming sense that I never felt before.
Say like a spiritual love.
You could say that. Yeah. Like, I deeply cared for these people.
And that would make sense with the amount of confidence that you had with
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah.
So
Maybe, yeah. And so I began, talking about how, like, I just got up and I said that we should fellowship and turn off the TV, and everyone's like, what the frick? Like, why? Dude, calm down, And then I start screaming and yelling, like, there's a heaven and a hell, and you're going to end up in one of those places. I started, when you see, like, an evangelist on like a television,
Mm-hmm.
you see those crazy pastors that are like, like, praise Father God. I've never had, I've always been like, oh, that's like a little too much, and I became that in that moment. I started throwing up my hands and started, I wasn't like praising God or anything, but I was like preaching, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And freaking everybody out. And I remember I got very physical, and I'm not a physical person at all.
when we tried to get him to sit down, he's like, no.
Yeah. Well, because I thought that sitting down was me giving in to temptation and being like, okay, relax and don't fight it. Because that's what the TV was telling me, was like, oh, just relax, just chill, just just give in.
Complacency.
Yeah, give in to complacency. You know, that's why I wanted the milk.
Meanwhile, that's kind of the mindset you need to have when you're on mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I wanted the milk, because I wanted it to stop, and then I was like, no, don't give me the milk, because that's me giving in, you know. But give me the milk. I need the milk. I was like fighting like this spiritual battle with milk, and I couldn't make up my mind. I was like, I need to fight, and I started screaming, fight it. You need to fight it. And everyone's like, fight what? And I was just like, you need to fight it. And I know in hindsight, I was meaning you need to fight like temptation, you need to fight like evil desires, you need to fight anything that could keep you, that could pull you down and, you know, get you, complacent. But like I said, I got super physical, and I know from my perspective, it was not sexual at all. It was like, again, kind of what you see with, you know, like in big churches or pastors or whatever. Like they'll get very like, you know.
That was sexual right there.
Yeah, that was sexual.
I think it's a good idea we had pillows.
Yeah. But I remember like I would grab people's legs and be like, I love you, you know. But
He grabbed Kai. I remember he grabbed Kyson one time and was like, "Dude, I love you. I'm trying to save you right now." And Kyson had nothing.
He was like, "Nah, don't touch me.
Get your hands off me."
And and so on the topic of the gay stuff, I remember in my head realizing I'm being very physical right now, and I'm touching people, and I know how this looks. And then I got terrified. I'm like, they're just going to think that I'm gay. And so I was like, I remember I specifically, like, very heavily went in on, I am not a homosexual, and I am not, you know, I'm not sexually attracted to you, you know, blah 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 blah. I don't ever remember switching from that. I remember, from my perspective, being scared that people would think I was just being sexual and gay and weird, and terrified that people would think that of me, and that made it worse because I would just throw it out in the open and be like, I'm not being gay, you know. I wasn't worried about the gay as much as I was worried about people thinking I was trying to get down and dirty with them, you know, because I was touching them, you know.
Yeah.
But that being said, that's why I guess from Creighton's perspective, you remember me saying I was gay. I don't remember that at all, because from my perspective, that my fear was people thinking I was like a closeted homosexual, which I'm very confident that I'm not. So Daniel might have other things to say on that, but
it wasn't necessarily as on the head of I was gay,
Mm-hmm.
but you would follow up with, I'm not gay, but, and then everybody was like laughing, and then like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's fair.
So
I don't remember. I remember it just went on for a while, freaking out people, and then I don't remember much from after all that happened to us getting to Creighton's house. I remember us driving there. I remember on the way to Creighton's house, you know in Nordic belief how there's like a tree of life and how everything's connected by the tree of life. I was visualizing this tree of life, and I remember leaning forward and Sam's driving, and I'm like, Sam, it's like, I see it now. Everything's connected by the tree of life, and we're all connected together.
Sam's
by that.
cracking up.
Yeah, and Sam's like, yeah, bro.
You know how Sam is.
Yeah,
Like.
and he's like, all right, bro, that's awesome, you know. And I remember saying that like as we're pulling up to the house. I don't remember much from the house to there. It wasn't a long drive though, but I remember we get to Creighton's house, and I remember it was kind of a blur there. I remember we get in, and I made it like 10, 15 feet in, close to the couches, and we're all standing. And then suddenly, for some reason, I believed with every fiber of my being that there was an asteroid coming that was going to just land straight on the house and kill us all. And from my perspective, I was like, we need to get out of here. And everybody else was like, bro, no, don't go outside. And that's whenever I pushed past everybody and ran outside. And I remember I ran like 30 feet, and I hear everyone like yelling at me. And I remember I turned around, and I could see them at the door of the house. And then I looked up, expecting just to see a boom. And then nothing happened. And then I just bolted. and started running through the neighborhood. And I remember I was warm. I didn't feel cold at all, but I wasn't wearing like super warm clothing. I didn't have like I don't think I had a jacket on or anything. I just remember I didn't feel cold. I remember while I was running, I was thinking about my relationship with my girlfriend at the time. I remember this was around the same time that our relationship, I could tell, was like taking a dip, and I was scared about it. Like, oh no, what's going to happen? And I pulled out my phone and I called her because I wanted to like tell her I loved her, and you know, I just wanted to talk to her. And then I remember like it's ringing, and it's probably like midnight, maybe 1 a.m. And I remember sobering for a second, being like, no, I'm tripping balls right now. I'm not calling her like this. And I hung up and just started running again. and I'm glad I did that, but didn't really change anything. But I remember I get back to... Anyways, I remember I found the main road, and I was standing by one of those cross signs, and I remember right at that moment Creighton called me, and so I answered, and he's like, "Where the frick are you at?" And I look at the sign and I tell him the location, and then he's like, "All right, we're on our way." I'm like, "All right," and I hang up, and then I start running again. And
didn't make it very far.
Yeah, they ended up finding me, and I just kept running
because we met him at that crosswalk.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he hung up. We were pulling up
Yeah,
that way.
they weren't
anyways.
that far away. Yeah, but I remember I made it onto campus, and I just like this is where I am not me. I'm not Keller anymore. I am this entity that exists, and things don't have the normal meaning that they usually have, and my beliefs are just nothing matters. Anything can mean anything to me. I remember I was trying to get into a building, one of the side buildings, and I found this door, and I believed with every fiber of my being that I could phase through the door like that one chick from X-Men, whatever her name is.
Hell yeah.
And I grabbed the door, and it was a metal door, and I went, BAM! Smashed my head on it.
That was at Good Now.
Yeah.
It was like the side one for Good Now.
Yeah. I smashed my head on the door, and it didn't hurt, but like I felt the concussion through my body. I'm like, oh, why can't I face through it? BAM! Smashed my head on it again. And
Me too,
yeah,
bro. I did too.
It doesn't work, and I'm like, all right, I lost my superpowers. And I remember everything in this area is just spotty. I have memories of it, but I don't know what order is in. I remember one moment.
First.
It was okay.
Uh-huh.
I remember at one moment
you kneeled and then went over to this place.
You saw this happening?
I remember
We had to watch, dude. I'm trying to call him the whole time, and he's just on a running rampage.
Yeah. I remember before all that, a cop like passed me, and I remember looking at the cop and be like, yeah, and he just like looked at me, and then I just kept casually walking. I remember at one point I saw a window in one of the dorms, I think, and you know how have you ever played Minecraft on PC?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how you double tap space, you jump twice, and you fly in creative mode?
Right.
I double tapped jump. I jumped, expecting I could just fly up to that window. For some reason, I don't know why I wanted to go to that window. I just wanted to get up to it. And so I double jumped and then just landed on my knees and like was like, why don't I have my powers, I remember at one point realizing that I was like not in the condition I need to be out in public. And I sat down on the ground and crisscross applesauce and just sat there and just accepting I'm going to sit here and whatever happens if I get picked up.
Because that happened first.
That did? Okay.
Yeah.
I sat there.
We were sitting at the gas station. We could see whatever kneeling on the ground you were doing.
Yeah. And then I not sobered up, but I was like, I changed my mind. I remember there's a young girl walking on the campus, and I just came out of the dark and approached her. I was like, are you on shrooms? I'm on shrooms right now. Are you on shrooms? I'm tripping balls. And she just like looked at me and just ran away. I'm like, okay. I wasn't going to hurt her or anything, but I definitely, And then there's this other couple that I ran into, and started like the girl like hid behind her boyfriend, and I'm like moving around them kind of.
Erratic.
And, erratic. Yeah. And they're both like, whoa, you know, like they weren't running, but they also were like, calm down. And I'm like, I explained to them I'm tripping on shrooms right now and I'm scared and I don't know what to do. And they're like, all right, let's get you to your dorm room. And I'm like, okay. And because they assume that I'm one of the kids on the campus.
And apparently you did too.
I think I was just going along with whatever. And we get
He did visit us in the dorm room at one point. So.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever went to Manhattan. Yeah. Anyways, they get me through the first doors, but they weren't letting me into the next doors. And they're like, what room are you in? And I remember I slouched down in the corner of the doors, and I'm like, they're like, what's your room number? I'm like, Master Chief. And they're like, what room number? What dorm? And I'm like, 117. Master Chief 117. And keep in mind, Creighton will attest to this. The entire time, because I'm terrified, I'm talking in this voice anytime I talk because I'm so scared. Like, it was super annoying.
I had to, like, when he got in that second time, I had to talk him down from that voice. I was like, dude,
stop. You're like, dude,
Bro,
grow up.
What is
grow
this voice you're doing?
Yeah.
I would bust out laughing if
Yeah.
I was helping a guy on shrooms and he did that.
Yeah. So I grabbed onto the door trying to get in, and I slammed my head on the glass. And I'm like, the guy's like, oh, you know, bam. And he's like, okay, yeah, they're probably terrified,
is this
dude.
the fourth time?
This
You
is
banged your
I
head
banged
on
my
the
head 4
glass?
times this night.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And then Creighton calls me, and he's like, get your butt over here. And I'm like, you know, and I ran, and the guy's like, oh, okay. And, you know, I could hear him as I'm running away. He's like, all right, you know. And I see their car. I think the lights were on or something. I could just tell whose car it was. And I ran across the street and hopped in the car. And everyone's like, what?
No. You ran across the street after, like, that interaction happened.
Yeah.
And then you called us. And then we were sitting in the car, and you hung up on us and ran to the engineering building and then tried to get in that locked door. And you couldn't get in. And then I called you again. You're like, hey, man, get your f***ing ass in the car. And you
From my perspective, I just remember that was the end of the order where I ran away from that couple and just ran straight to the car.
No, you did one more thing.
Oh. Huh. Well, anyways, I get to the car eventually. And I'm in the car, and we're all like, bro, like, what are you? Everyone's like, what are you doing? You know, I'm like, I immediately felt like we're about to get killed again by another asteroid. And I'm in the car. I'm like, we got to get out of this car. Like, we're about to die. Everyone's like, no. Everyone's like, no, don't get out of the car. And I remember I reached for the handle and I pulled it, opening the door again. And that's when Creighton put his hand on me to stop me. He didn't, like, not physically aggressive, just like, no, don't do that. And I remember I made up in my mind if anyone was going to stop me from escaping, I would retaliate. And I had that made up in my mind as I was grabbing the door. And Creighton tried stopping me. And so without hesitation, I feel the hand on my shoulder, and I'm just like, boom! Socked him right in the nose and darted. And
He didn't dart. He didn't go far.
yeah, I didn't get far. I ran like 10 feet, and I remember everyone yelling at me like, dude, I remember someone specifically saying, you just punched Creighton. And I sobered up again, and I'm like, I just punched like my best friend. What the heck? And I turn around, and I'm like, Creighton, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You know, and everyone's like, get in the car. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. And I hop back in the car, and Creighton's just like, dude, what the frick, man? You know? And Kyson, I remember Kyson saying something like, I didn't know he had it in him, you know, because I've never punched a soul in my life. And the one time I've thrown a punch and hit a punch was on like the nicest person I know, like for no reason at all. And so I think that's awesome. But anyways,
That's wild.
I think that's awesome.
we end up getting back to the house. And I think Sam drives off, and it's just Creighton, Kyson, and I, and it's probably 2 a.m. And I remember I'm just like shivering, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm a bit more calmed down. I'm not tripping balls as much, but I am not in a good headspace. And Creighton's like holding me like this, and he puts me down on the couch and just sits next to me, and I'm like, and then he just wraps his arms around me and just holds me. And we sat like that, like you said, we sat like that for a while. And then eventually he's like, all right, you good to like lay down? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And so I laid down. He's sitting at the edge of the couch, and I'm laying down on most of the couch, and Kyson's sitting across from us. And I remember I closed my eyes, and that's whenever I actually had visuals where I could like see green and blue and purple, and I felt like I was in heaven. Heaven was like this eternal cycle of pure bliss, and that's what I felt, was just relaxation, and like I'm dead now, and this is just this infinite loop of just satisfaction. That's what I felt. And then I kind of like, as it was coming down a bit, I started realizing I remembered everything that I did that night, and I start sitting up, and I'm like, there's gonna be. I remember they were talking, Kyson and Creighton, and I just sit up and I'm like,
bro, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was the scariest. It was like you got resurrected.
Yeah.
Man, out of nowhere, just goes.
Yeah, I sat up.
I'm sitting at the end of the couch, and I'm like,
yeah.
whoa, what are we doing?
I sit up, and I'm like, I go, there are going to be consequences for tonight. And Creighton's like,
bro, I'm sitting
yeah.
there legitimately like this.
Yeah.
You should have socked him in the face.
And Creighton was like, no, you're good. We got home safe. You're not in jail or anything. We'll be fine. I'm like, okay. And like, I lay down, and then I sit up again. I'm like, dude, there's so much that happened tonight. He's like, no, you're fine, you know? Bro, I just kept getting up. And eventually they got me to just calm down. And then eventually, after we're all off, on the come down, we all just kind of started laughing about everything. And then the end. But,
Hell yeah.
moral of the story.
I wish I was there.
Trust me,
I don't know if you do.
No.
No, I do.
I'm glad you weren't there.
No.
Like I love having you around. I'm glad you didn't witness me at my worst.
No, don't worry about it.
All that being said, ever since then, that night completely changed my view on like substances, and I have had much less of an attraction to alcohol and weed. And
It wasn't long after that you started your tolerance, right? Or your alcohol break, right?
no, I mean, this was 3 years ago almost, and
Oh, that's right.
yeah, I still did substances. I'd still drink and smoke. And then last year I was just like, I made up my mind one night, but I don't think I would have been able to if this trip didn't happen. If that makes sense. Like, it completely changed how my priorities and what I wanted to focus on, and it made me want to truly be a Christian rather than this on the fence person who's just, oh yeah, I believe in God, but also, I'm going to do whatever I want, and I think that night set me on this path that I don't think I would be the person I am right now if this night didn't happen, is what I'm saying. So
Shrooms.
I know I'm not saying it solved all my problems. I still have so many problems. I'm just
Shrooms. Take shrooms.
don't take shrooms.
Take a lot.
Don't take any.
Take them consistently.
Anyways, all that being said, that's the story. From my perspective, I feel like there's going to be so many things I can just throw in and add here and there, but this is going to sound gay. I personally believe it was like a spiritual divine thing.
Not gay.
I don't think that's gay.
Not gay.
You know what I mean? Like, people. That's what I believe. That's what I.
If that happened to me, I would say that
Huh?
too. If that happened to me, I would say that too.
But people are going to be like, you were tripping on drugs. Of course, it felt like that. I tripped on this drug several times before, and not ever had anything like this
That's
happen.
the whole point of doing them.
Oh,
Jayden.
yeah, but
Don't do drugs, kids.
anyways,
Until you're 21.
so as much as I hate that night, and it's the most embarrassing story of my entire life, I am glad that it happened.
Not embarrassing.
I don't know why it's embarrassing, dude.
It is
makes
because it's
sense,
not
though.
me. It's one of the only times I've been not me. I'm always me, and I was not me. I'm me on alcohol. I'm me on weed. I was not me in this. I was somebody else who did things that me would have never done. And
Thanks, Yoda.
That's kind of scary.
yeah,
Me would never do.
yeah.
Never would do, me would.
But also part of me wonders, like, what would have happened if I didn't pray? I don't necessarily believe, like, if you do or don't pray, you know, that always changes everything.
Either
but
way, it helped your own well-being, I think.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think everything went downhill after I prayed, but
It could have gotten worse.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, what if there? I don't know. I just think about that. Here's what I believe. I think God knew that this situation could either bring me closer to Him or change me in some way, and let it play out the way that it did, without, you know, me ending up in jail.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So, I think it is a blessing. It was a blessing. You know, for all I know, I could be down the rabbit hole
If it
worse
was
of
a
it.
blessing, I wouldn't be embarrassed about it then.
Yeah, it's just embarrassing. What can I say? You know, but
I'm just trying to help.
yeah. Like, I've told Pete, I'm not going to let that stop.
Why you're not? I know. You're not. I know.
Daniel, you've been very quiet. Do you have anything to add on this?
I've never taken shrooms.
Take them.
And that's all I have.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I find it fascinating, obviously. Like, I've always been intrigued by psychedelics and the effects that they have, especially because I know a lot of people take them and have spiritual, quote-unquote, encounters. And I do believe there is an aspect to where they can open your eyes in a way that you wouldn't be able to see otherwise.
Right.
But, I mean, like I said earlier, I have way too much anxiety to ever try shrooms. So,
I'm
that's...
glad you were mature enough to recognize that.
Sure.
You know?
Real mature. No.
Not saying that you're not. Not saying you're not.
No, I was just quiet because I wasn't there, and I know I've heard this story. I actually haven't heard it from Creighton's perspective, like back to back like that, which is fascinating. But yeah, it's probably the deepest we've ever gotten on the pod
For sure. I would like to clarify. I'm not a homosexual.
Well, that's still up for debate.
But Daniel in those overalls?
Gosh, dang.
Can you unbutton that one button that's left? Please?
Yeah.
Anything for
Do it, lady.
Do it, lady.
Is there a black person here?
That was so good.
I don't want to transition off of this if we don't want to.
We've been on this topic for a while.
We've been on this topic for almost an hour.
Yeah.
4 more.
Very fascinating. 4 more? Okay, let's do it. We could segue that to a very, very late underrated, overrated.
Okay, I like this. 4 people with this. It might be interesting.
Holding the mic closer when I nod makes the camera focus on me.
They can hear the nod. Makes it easier to not subtitle it.
This is all I have for overrated, underrated.
Here.
So this next section of the podcast, I kind of told you about briefly, is our overrated, underrated. We're going to say a topic, and then on the count of 3, we're all going to respond either overrated or underrated. And then we're just going to share our thoughts on it. Today's topic is anime.
Overrated or underrated?
Overrated. 3, 2, 1.
Under.
Overrated. What'd you guys say?
What is wrong with you
Under.
guys?
You said under?
Under.
Under? Good. And you said over, and we both said over. So
surprisingly
sorry.
You-
We've got a... I was going to say, I actually
They
expected
fucking
you to
planned
say
this.
underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is great. You guys set this up perfectly. Let's do it.
This was not planned. This
Yeah.
topic wasn't. I'm just going to let you guys go lead into your
Why
thoughts.
is it underrated?
Why is it
I don't-
underrated?
I don't know. I'm pretty curious about you guys. It's an art. It's definitely an art. The storytelling, really good.
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
Depends on the
I don't
anime.
think it's big
Is the-
enough in
is the storytelling.
America for it to be an overrated topic.
I feel like it's pretty big in America.
I know what you're saying, but I also feel like there's also a good section of the crowd here in America still that's like, ooh, you still watch anime?
Oh yeah,
Like-
that's fair. That's fair.
Sure.
In Japan and overseas,
That's
like,
just their Sunday morning cartoon.
like, yeah, that's like Tom and Jerry to them, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
Just a 3-year-old kid watching Attack on Titan,
yeah, that's basically.
Chainsaw Man.
Listen, I have my opinions on certain animes, and whether or not, like, if you were to watch that, you would definitely say overrated.
Watch what?
Attack on Titan
a
and,
couple,
like,
a
all
couple
the
different ones.
mainstream
I think they're.
ones.
Also
No, like Naruto or Dragon Ball.
See, I like Naruto.
That's crazy. I know it's good.
Yeah, it's long.
That's one I would say is overrated.
That's fair.
But like, I haven't watched it, and I'm sure the story is great.
Yeah,
So
I feel like it's overrated, I'll preface it by saying I love anime. Like, I enjoy anime. I don't watch it much anymore, but I can't think of an anime that I've watched that I've hated. But I just know the fandom around anime is very. I feel like none of us fall into this category, but very obsessive.
okay,
you know?
then maybe that's not a fair.
This is just from, like, my opinion is anime is great, and I don't like people who don't like it or trash on it. And I'm not trashing on it. I just do think it is overrated because of the amount of. It's like Taylor Swift. You know, I might agree she's not horrible.
I see what you're saying.
There's a lot of people that really like her and are really into her, and I'm just like, okay, it's not that amazing.
Yep. Okay.
I was-
see
You know?
what you're saying.
I was gonna say something similar. I can see from Creighton's perspective, like within America, if you cut it straight down the middle, and you said if you like anime, step on one side, there would be
I
less.
think it's also a very broad term to classify anime as anime. You know
think
what I'm saying?
Straight from Japan.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying, like, each show in anime is different. Like, I know I got a couple of buddies who don't even, like, witness any gunshots or sword slashes
Yeah.
or any deaths or, like,
Sure.
you know, the action, you know. The action-packed ones are, like, typically the mainstream ones, and those
Right.
are the ones that catch a lot of, like, very strong opinions about them.
Sure.
The non-action
like-
ones are high school romance.
Yeah, well, there's
Or
that too.
Slice of
but
Life
like,
is great.
and then
I
there's
like Slice of
also
Life
a section of
animes.
anime that is very like diddly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, so I can understand what you're saying where it's overrated because there is that entire section of anime that is like pretty fucked up. In other words,
I mean, but
But-
you can make the argument with any form of
yeah,
media.
you could say that with anything.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm in
I
love
also
with my
don't
little
think
sister.
American cartoons show as much
Say that
as
again.
some
Yeah.
Japanese and anime.
I would say,
But
yeah.
like at the same time, like anime in itself is like just the Japanese cartoon. Like,
Yeah,
you can't
sure.
just like base anime on Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer.
Right,
you know?
right. And I'm not doing that.
But
Which, if you did, it would be highly underrated.
Yes.
Is what you would say.
100%. Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just like it's hard to like classify anime and just be like, is that overrated or underrated?
Right.
Because there's so many different types of.
That's why we asked
What
the question, 'cause
anime
it's a hard
is.
question.
It is
so-
a tough question.
Well, I just broke it down for you. So
Why do you say it's overrated?
Within the fan group itself, we'll say specifically the American fan group,
That's kind of
Sure.
where I'm coming from, too.
Okay.
it is, they obsess over it.
Well, it's because they got a bunch of tits in their face. Like they,
That valid.
most animes will put in a
That's
little bit of
fair.
fan service,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they get a little obsessive, like
I mean,
Gooners
right.
do.
Have you guys ever seen a Comic a Kill?
No.
Okay, well, that's the anime that got me into it. And
I thought that was Kill la Kill was the more.
no. Well, Kill la Kill is, yeah. But there's an anime called a Comic
I
a
know,
Kill.
I've seen a Comic Kill.
Yeah, and that's the one that got me into it. And that
Okay.
one has a lot of that in it.
I thought Kill la
My
Kill
first
the
one
that
was
got a
Seven
lot of
Deadly
Deadly
hate.
more.
Sins.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen Kill la Kill.
You the
but-
7 Deadly Sins?
Was my first one. So
I started- that's
They
one of
like
my-
to.
Well, how
have you guys seen?
Oh, I used to watch it nonstop. I used to be the type of person that I'm.
say it's overrated,
Yeah, because
meaning you wouldn't recommend it to someone.
I would.
You can recommend
I,
something.
I can
and
think
still
something's
it's
overrated and still love it.
I think
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I think if I was in Japan,
Just like
and
Bohemian Rhapsody is loved by everybody, but
Right.
like at some point you can only play it so many times.
if I was in Japan and was in their culture
It's an
and
underrated
I was
song, though.
around
You.
and I was around if I was okay, what was I gonna say? If I was in Japan and I was around anime all the time and that's all that I watched, I would probably say underrated over there because I would probably see a lot of people get hate, but because I live in America and I see what American people think of anime and they're all you know,
It's the
like,
people. It's the
Good way to put it. It's
people.
a good way to put it.
It's the people who make it their personality.
yeah, and that's anything that makes people have a personality that's revolved around it. I usually am like, okay, like I might like that too, but
Same thing can be said about politics.
I agree.
Politics
overrated, underrated.
We're gonna shy away from that topic here.
Right
I'm
now.
gonna segue away from that.
Right now.
But that being
I
said,
just thought it was funny.
that being said, I mean, I'm excited for like Kaiju number 8. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, so good. And season 2
With
is
like
being released.
kaijus.
Yeah,
There's like kaijus in the
yeah.
show.
It's about a dude who turns into a kaiju.
A dude turns into
Yeah,
one.
yeah. It's like Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer.
Why have I not watched that?
It's like Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, One Punch Man, Jujutsu Kaisen. That has that vibe of anime. You know, silly but serious. That is my one qualm with a lot of these. I
Too
haven't watched
hated
Hunter x
on. It's too hated on.
You should watch Hunter x Hunter.
The
Everyone's
fan
told
base
me.
can be hated on. Anime should not be hated
Depends
on.
on the anime.
I'll agree with you on that.
High School
I think
DxD.
Depends on the anime. Is
Should be
also
every
fair.
bit of hate.
Every single ounce of hate that you can put on High School DxD,
You know
it
what?
deserves it.
I want to change my answer to underrated.
This guy.
I knew he would.
No, I genuinely. Now that I'm thinking about it, it is like I see more hate on it than I do not hate.
In specifically where we are living.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't get the love that it does, but
Yeah.
the love that it does get in America is obsessive as shit, like
Yes.
you said. So, like, when you're looking at the fan base of anime in America, then yeah,
Like-
I can understand why you say it's overrated because everybody makes it their personality that watches it.
I've tried getting a couple.
Almost.
I've tried getting a couple people in anime, and their argument is always, "I don't like anime stuff, like things animated." And I'm like,
I will say, I feel like anime can be put with an equal sign in America to hentai. So,
yeah, but these are
like
people
some
I'm talking
people
about know
cannot
what it is.
like. I understand what you're saying, but like from a
cold.
fan or from someone who doesn't even know what it is,
Yeah.
may just make the assumption that this is not a good thing, anyways.
Yeah.
Does
So-
Samuel L. Jackson watch anime? Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Hentai too.
Yeah.
So in that case, what's your favorite anime?
Good question.
The amount of emotions that Attack on Titan pulls out is ridiculous.
Okay.
That cannot be overlooked.
Okay.
This guy
I don't know
refuses
if
to
I've
watch
seen.
Attack on Titan.
I don't know if I've seen enough.
I don't refuse it.
Demon
We made a
Slayer
pact.
is just
We
beautiful.
did we make it official?
If you watch The Last Airbender, I'll watch Attack on Titan.
Bro.
I have plenty of time
Bro,
on my
what?
hands.
It's not even Japanese.
It's not even Japanese.
Yeah, but
I told him if he watches Avatar: The Last Airbender, because that's one of my favorite shows, do not consider it an anime, first of all.
it wasn't animated by.
It was-
technically goes into an anime category.
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
Not
It's an American
anime.
show though.
It's American anime.
Technically goes into an anime.
But I told him if he watches that, I'll watch Attack on Titan. What'd you say? Did you wait? Oh, pause.
No, he whispered into the mic, "Not an anime," and I was like, "Technically." And I said the whole thing
actually-
again. He goes,
Okay, so Attack on Titan.
I feel like I haven't watched enough anime to even be like.
Sure.
So
But out of
like,
what you have
the,
seen.
So what-
the
out of
from
what you
the
have seen.
things that I have seen is Attack on Titan, Seven Deadly Sins. I tried to watch Jujutsu Kaisen and fell asleep and then got lost.
I love
That's where I'm at.
That's
with
my
Jujutsu
second
Kaisen.
favorite show,
Yeah.
actually.
I watched part of Vinland Saga. I watched Parasite.
Vinland
Which-
Saga's great.
Parasite is a different one.
Now you're saying anime is overrated. I'm like, that's a good one.
yeah.
And then
Such liars.
I watched Black Clover and I watched Hunter x
Dude,
Hunter.
Joey was so obsessed over Black Clover.
Dude, it
You watched
wasn't.
a lot, bro. I have not watched that much.
Watched Black Clover and Hunter x Hunter. Dude, Hunter x Hunter, that one is honestly probably like right up there with Attack.
Joey really liked Hunter x Hunter, too.
Yeah, those were the
Super
two he was
into
always
it.
Overrated.
All right,
Okay,
Jade,
so
what about
Jaden.
you? What's your favorite?
My Hero Academia.
Okay. My sister likes that one.
Shout out
It can be
Fortnite.
cheesy. Okay, I ignore those parts because the the deepness that they can go,
Yeah.
it from like how goofy they go. I love the main character so much. I really like Eren and Attack on Titan, but I just like loved My Hero Academia, and I haven't even seen it all. Like they've come out with seasons, and I haven't seen it all. I'd still say it's my favorite. But Attack on Titan,
Did you cry?
that's got to be number 2. Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer's number 3.
Yeah,
Okay, you like Demon Slayer,
is
okay.
beautiful.
But Demon Slayer,
It's
is
one of the
gorgeous.
best.
and these are the only
animated
4. These are the
anime.
only 4.
Yeah.
2.
You know why? They have the highest budget per episode.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
And it takes a long time
I
for
feel
them
like
to make
Demon
their
Sl-
stuff. Super smooth.
I feel like Demon Slayer gets a lot of hate. Dude, why is it doing that? Dude, old anime like sci-fi movies, like Appleseed and Ghost in the Shell. You guys probably haven't seen them, but they are mind blowing and how good they're animated. They're old animation. They don't look anything like modern anime, but the detail and it supersedes modern animation by far.
What is it?
Just older Japanese animations, like they are very well done in the drawings of things. It's hard to explain. It's just you look at some old anime and you're like, wow, this is actual art, because it was all hand drawn. Nowadays you got CG and you got a lot of programs to make things easier. Old animes are very good. Appleseed and Ghost in the Shell. Check those out.
You seen Cowboy Bebop?
I started watching that. That's an example of older anime. Yeah,
I really like that one.
that's.
I watched the live action and then I watched the anime, and they're both. I love them both.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
I heard the live action.
But I mean, like they're goofy. They're goofy, and I like it.
Yeah.
And I like it.
would
It's
like
just
Hunter.
entertaining. I know a lot of it. I haven't sat down and watched it and gotten into the characters.
It's got goofiness.
It's a lot of goofiness. I don't like the goofiness.
What did you say yours was? Your favorite?
I know.
Oh, I mean, I love Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I used to really love Demon Slayer, and then I fell off of that. I love One Punch Man. One Punch Man is awesome.
One Punch Man
Kinda
goes to
fell off in
that
season 2,
category.
I watched first
Same
season and
category.
I was like, all right, that's good.
The Devil is a Part-Timer's pretty funny if you like comedy. Favorite movie, probably.
Death Note.
That's my favorite.
Really?
That is my favorite.
Death Note, overrated.
Not the
overrated,
movie.
Overrated.
Not the
Overrated.
movie.
I think I agree with you.
I
Have
watched.
you seen Death Note?
Not all of it. Me
I-
and him
We
actually need
finished it,
to.
I thought.
No, we didn't finish it. No
I
way.
binged the entire show.
I thought we finished it that one more night that we watched.
I
We
don't
were
think-
like 3 episodes away or some bullshit.
No way. We finished it.
Yes.
I binged the entire show.
It's too high.
And it was really good, like phenomenal. The first third of the show, and then the last 2/3 were just a drag for me.
Oh, they were.
I think Death Note is overrated, but Attack on Titan, which was written by the same guy,
Same guy.
yeah, same guy made those stories. At least to my knowledge, I could be completely wrong, but
I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure the same
I
guy
don't
authored both of those stories.
Chat. You know what time it is.
Let's
Let's ask ChatGPT.
What are we asking it?
If it's the same author.
Okay, that's a good question.
Did we really just see that? Hell yeah.
Alright.
Hell
We
yeah.
just got a letter.
Here.
Wonder
I'll
who
let
it's
you-
from.
Open the door.
All right, I'll let you ask chat.
Was the author of Death Note and the author of Attack on Titan the same person?
They were not the same person.
There you go.
The author of Death Note is Sugumi Araba, who wrote the story, and the artist was Takeshi Obata. On the other hand, Attack on Titan was created by Hajime Seyama, so completely different creators.
Well, I was wrong.
So Keller's just talking
The guy saying
What else
anime's
are these
overrated.
little facts?
I was gonna say.
Dude,
You're
so-
talking out of your
I
ass.
try. That's why I try to preface with I might be wrong, but anyways, I do it way too often.
This guy.
So that conversation is void.
Yeah, you're not allowed to follow your train of thought
All right,
anymore.
all right,
You're
sorry.
you're canceled.
All right.
I got a good topic, guys.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be right now.
We can transition.
Yeah,
That's fine.
we've been on this for like half an hour now.
No. This is
go ahead.
it's very similar.
You know what?
I don't think
The-
I can
Screw
do
you.
with
The-
these segments anymore.
The
so
most,
say it.
the most times, like, what movie have you seen the most times in theaters while it was out?
I saw
theaters?
each of the Star Wars movies besides the last one that came out 3 times in theaters.
I haven't seen anything more than twice.
And I'm not even that big into Star Wars, but
Oh my
I watched
God.
each one 3 times.
Oh my god, I've never met anyone else that's done the same thing for
You
The
done
Last Jedi. I voluntarily saw it 3 times because I wanted to see it so bad again.
Really? Yeah. I wouldn't put myself in that boat. I hate Last Jedi, but when it first came out,
Most
I loved
people
it.
do.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's his favorite.
You know how special
really?
I feel because of that. Everyone hates it.
It must feel like a black person.
You hearing this?
All right then. I mean, have you seen other movies more than that many times in
Only one.
Okay.
Only
Last
one
Jedi.
I have bothered to ever buy tickets again for. Oh, except for F1.
Oh, you want to go see that more than once?
I saw that twice in 1 week. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Different groups of people,
Mm-hmm.
but the second time was like my will. Like I was like, we're gonna go see this
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to see it for the second time.
That's
So
fair.
so that one, and I'd see it again and again.
That's fair.
Yeah, and again.
I think the only movies I've seen twice in theaters and 2 times I think is My Max or Mugen Train and Free Guy.
Really? Why?
Free Guys, yeah.
There are movies I wish I could watch again and again in theaters.
Yeah.
Like Into the Spider-Verse. Actually, Across the Spider-Verse, sorry.
They'll probably re-release it whenever the second part comes out.
And I will go watch it.
Yeah.
Actually, I hope they do a full day trilogy. Please. To my friends at Sony.
I don't think that would warrant the amount of money that it
At Sony at the end of this video.
Yes.
At Sony, please. I would see Interstellar again in theaters.
I would too. I didn't see it.
They just had it in the IMAX a couple months ago. They brought it back for like the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Dude. I came out of that theater, I was like, this might be the best movie ever made. And then I went back to La La Land. I wish I could see La La Land in theaters. I never got the chance. I've seen La La Land probably more than any movie ever.
Oh, we could do that.
I mean,
too.
unless you're counting like as a kid.
We could do that too.
As a grown adult,
kids movies.
putting away kids movies.
Like-
as a kid, I probably watched The Emperor's
Like
New
a
Groove.
VeggieTales or something.
Like The Emperor's New
Old
Groove. and
Disney
Up.
is not kids movies though.
yeah, but kids
Well,
as in watching a movie as
I
As a
I know,
kid.
I was just-
Whenever you became conscious.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like
this thing.
I wouldn't say a 4-year-old can say Frozen is their most watched movie because it might be, but they're not.
watching.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're there for Let It Go, and that's it.
All right, we'll wrap this up.
What's the word of the day?
It's Daniel's turn.
Do you got one?
The word of the day. Oh, we didn't do a sponsor either. That's fine. The word of the day is robophobia. It is the utter hatred for the embodiment of clankers, oil guzzlers,
Gear donkeys.
etc. It is.
could be so racist to machines.
Remember, kids, if you see a robot cleaning the floors, that could have been your job. So make sure you let that clanker know he is not welcome in our stores or in our cities.
You start calling all the quick trip like self
You
cleaners.
freaking clanker.
That's Josiah sent me a
Dirty
a
oil
video.
guzzler. He sent me the same
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Same thing.
Shout out to Frosty, one of our listeners. I found out we have 2 now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jed, our other listener. Oh, man. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been a wild ride of an episode. Creighton and Jayden, thank you guys so much for joining on.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
No!
Jayden,
Stop!
any last remarks? Any last remarks from either one of you guys?
Oh, shoot. I just broke my necklace.
Please bring me on for the rest of the episodes.
Jayden wants to be a permanent guest.
Addition.
This is too fun.
We'll consult the
I've never felt so heard.
I've never felt so hurt.
I love you guys.
Oh, I broke my necklace. That sucks. Oh well.
I'm not gay no more. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode of that podcast. And we will see you next time. Peace. I was trying my best not to grab your wiener.
Why didn't you try worse? You got that. Please save it.
Oh, we got the audio.
You can throw that soundbite at
I know it's not on camera.